I did everything for my parents, and they still chose my sibling. My name is Jack. I'm the one who stayed close to home, the one who answered late-night calls, the one who knew their medications by memory, while my brother Ethan chased opportunities out of state. I handled real-life bills, appointments, emergencies. I thought being reliable mattered. I thought showing up quietly would count. That belief was my first mistake. Here's the early reveal, the moment everything cracked. My parents sat me down on a random Tuesday like it was no big deal. No warning, no build-up. They told me they'd decided to put the house, savings, and medical authority under Ethan's name. Not jointly, not shared, him. I laughed at first, waiting for the punchline. There wasn't one. They were serious, and suddenly, years of effort felt invisible. I asked why. My dad avoided eye contact. My mom said something I'll never forget. "You're strong, Jack. You'll figure it out." That sentence hit harder than the decision itself. Strength apparently meant sacrifice without reward. I realized in that moment that being dependable had quietly turned into being taken for granted. And Ethan? He wasn't even in the room when they chose him over me. What I didn't know yet was worse. Weeks later, a family friend let something slip. Ethan had been telling my parents I was helping them to gain control, that I wanted leverage, power, money. I had no idea this story even existed. No one asked me, no one checked, they just believed it. That was the real betrayal, not the decision, but how easily they accepted the version where I was the villain. So I stopped explaining. I stopped defending myself. I didn't cut them off. I just stepped back. Then life happened. Prescriptions were missed, forms went unsigned, insurance calls went unanswered. Ethan, the chosen one, was suddenly busy again. My phone started lighting up the same way it always had. Different tone this time, more urgency, more panic, and that's when I understood the pattern I'd been stuck in. I showed up, but not as the fixer, not as the backup parent. I stayed calm, observed. At the hospital, a nurse asked who had medical authority. Everyone looked at me out of habit. That's when I said Ethan's name. The room went quiet. My parents looked confused, then afraid. Paperwork doesn't care about intentions. It only cares about choices, and theirs had already been signed. That silence was heavier than any argument we'd ever had. I could see the realization land, slow and painful. They finally understood what it meant to choose someone who wasn't there. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't lecture. I didn't punish. I just let the consequences exist. Wait, this is where it got worse. I walked out knowing I'd done nothing wrong and that sometimes love doesn't protect you from being replaced. Months went by, but the distance between us only grew. My parents stopped calling as often, and when Ethan showed up, it was clear he was running things now, making decisions, controlling visits, deciding who mattered. I wasn't invited to family dinners or holidays anymore. It felt like I was being erased from their lives, quietly and completely, and the pain was heavier than any fight. Then one night my mom called me, her voice shaking. Yana had messed up badly, missed bills. They were scared and lost. I could have stayed silent, but I didn't. I told them I was coming back, not as the son who felt betrayed, but the one who still cared. When I arrived, I saw how much damage had been done, and knew things had to change. I helped fix what I could, but I set boundaries this time. I told them I'd be there to help, but wouldn't be taken for granted again. They finally listened. I learned the hardest lesson. Well, family isn't about who's chosen, but about respect and trust. I still do the work, still show up, but now I protect myself first, because no one should have to fight alone to keep their place in the family.